Today it's not really sunny, but there is much light. Yes, so much light. So how can I keep the aperture open all the way to f1.8? Well, I'm gonna tell you after the intro. What's up guys, Frullani here and welcome back to a new video. Today I want to talk about the importance of using ND filters for video making, and also I'm going to show you one new filter I got which is awesome. But let's start from the beginning. Right now here, even though the sun is not shining, it's kind of cloudy. The sun comes and goes, but it's mostly cloudy. So even though it's not really sunny, I'm using the Canon R6 with the EF 16-35mm f2.8 at 16mm with the aperture set to f11, otherwise it will be overexposed. If I try to put it down, you see, to open it, way overexposed. And let's go back to f11. And as I was saying, it's not even really sunny. And what if I don't want f11? I want a wider aperture. I can't touch the other settings. If I want to set the aperture all the way to f2.8, I can't touch the shutter speed because the movement and the blur would be like weird. So there's one solution, is using ND filters. Like this, for example. This is a K&F variable ND filter, ND8, ND128. And I can adjust it just rotating this. I mean, I can adjust its intensity, the light that it's gonna block. So how does it work? Well, it's like sunglasses for your lens, just variable. You can adjust it. So let's put it on and let's see what changes. And here we go. I was able to expose the shot correctly. It's not overexposed. I've been using this filter a lot for all my videos outdoors or whenever I have too much light in the shot and I need to set wide aperture. But many times when I use a different lens with an even wider aperture, even of f1.8 or f1.4 or f1.2, this filter is not enough. Even though, yes, the Canon R6 has a very good dynamic range and I shoot in C-Log 3, which is great, so I can recover, most of the times I can recover everything in the highlights, but sometimes I can't. So I could use some stronger filter, and here's my new filter, the one that I'm gonna use for all my videos. It's another K&F variable ND filter, ND2-400, but also black diffusion. What does it mean? Black diffusion, let's say, soften the highlights and the spikes in the highlights and the colors, making everything kind of like dreamy, but in a subtle way, hence cinematic. Alright, so far, what do you think about it? Leave a comment down below, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and check the links in the description to find this filter and many other things, all the gear I use. And check the link to Epidemic Sound if you want 1 month of awesome music and great sound effects. 1 month for free. Alright, so it comes in a case. Here it is with a magnet. You open it and you find inside another case. This one is a kind of elegant, made of leather. Here it is. We open it and we find the filter. Here it is. And it even has this thing here so that we can easily adjust the intensity without risking to put a finger on it. So I'm gonna take this off and we're gonna try this and let's see how it goes. And here it is. Now you're looking at the Canon R6 with a 16-35mm f2.8 Mark II version 2. I heard it both ways with the adapter and the ND2-400 black diffusion. Again, tell me what you think about it. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button and subscribe if you ain't already. So far, what I can say is that I already prefer this filter to the ND8 and ND128, and it's because it starts at ND2. And sometimes, you know, I'm in a situation where, yes, I need an ND filter, but I don't need it so strong like ND8. With this, whatever happens, I'm covered. Like, I can go down to ND2, that sometimes is more than enough. And I can go all the way to 400. And I believe we're not supposed to get an X in the middle when we go all the way to 400, unlike other filters. And let's try it, even though we don't have too much light here, but just for the sake of trying. This is pretty much an X. So now I want to try it with a different lens, with a wider maximum aperture. I want to try it with the RF 35mm f1.8. The diameter, the size, the filter thread is different because now I'm using an 82mm, the size of the filter, for the 16 to 35mm, but this is 52mm. So how am I gonna do that? I'm gonna use step-up rings or step-down rings, which are these. And that's why I always get the biggest filter, biggest size, so that with these rings I can adapt it to all my lenses. Now let's try the Canon R6 with the RF 35mm f1.8. Okay, now using it at f2.8, here we go, properly exposed. The RF 35mm f1.8. So with this filter, I'm sure I can go down to f1.8 with the aperture with no problem. Let's give it a try. Aperture f1.8. Now with the ND filter, I'm gonna fix the exposure. And here it is. Alright, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think about it, and hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And again, check the link to this awesome filter here in the description, and also the links to all my gear stuff and things, my gear. As you have seen, today here it's not really sunny, but it would have been impossible to put an aperture like this, f1.8, even f2.8, without an ND filter. And since the clouds are moving, it's like the light changes every 2 seconds. I mean, every minute. I'm exaggerating, but it changes every so often. And the only way to be able to adjust the exposure effectively is using an ND filter. And in a situation like this, if we don't want to keep changing the ND filter every so often, that would not be practical at all. This is the right solution because it's a variable ND filter and we can adjust its intensity. As I mentioned, this also gives us another benefit, that it's also a black diffusion filter that softens the light a little bit more. It makes everything less harsh, giving us some dreamy look, but in a very subtle way, making it look more cinematic. I think I don't have anything else to say. So, if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh yeah!